Welcome to News Around, the channel where we unravel the stories the entertainment world tries, and often fails, to keep behind closed doors. Before we jump into what might be one of the most explosive developments of the year, make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and tap join to support our work and help us continue delivering the most detailed analysis in the industry. Now, let's talk about the moment a single leaked clip managed to shake an entire production to its core. There are rare moments in television history when fiction spills so violently into real life that the boundaries separating story and reality appear to melt. This week, the series Kuma, already a social media titan, found itself at the center of a cultural eruption after a forbidden clip from the set mysteriously broke into the public eye. Never before had a behind-the-scenes moment caused such chaos, and certainly not one involving two of the industry's rising stars. Emre Özmen and Aybüke Yılmaz. The footage was short, just a handful of seconds, yet its impact was immediate and seismic. A routine rehearsal, captured by someone who was never authorized to record anything on set, transformed into a global controversy. In an environment where confidentiality is sacred, where even crew members are monitored, someone managed to slip through the cracks. Something forbidden was recorded, and once it escaped, nothing could stop it. The clip depicted a moment of astonishing emotional charge, not merely a romantic beat between two fictional characters, but something that felt disarmingly alive. The intensity between Emre and Aybüke was so raw, so unfiltered, that viewers around the world were left questioning what they had just witnessed. This was no polished primetime performance. It was a moment suspended between two energies that seemed to collide with an authenticity rarely captured on camera. By the time the first hour passed, Twitter had exploded with reactions. Instagram editing accounts began dissecting every millisecond, and TikTok was devouring the clip with a hunger usually reserved for international scandals. People weren't simply curious about the storyline anymore. They were wondering whether they had glimpsed something personal, something unscripted, between the two actors. Here at News Around, we want to hear from you. Do you think the chemistry you saw was purely acting? Or did it seem to cross into something deeper? Share your thoughts below, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Soon, word began circulating among individuals who had witnessed the filming firsthand. According to on-set whispers, the script originally described the moment as a fleeting spark, a subtle emotional shift between characters. But what happened during filming pushed beyond anything the writers had imagined. The director reportedly encouraged a degree of improvisation, allowing both actors to explore silence, longing, and tension without rigid boundaries. The outcome was a scene crackling with intensity, a scene that even the crew felt took on a life of its own. Some production members quietly admitted that when the director finally called cut, the room froze in silence. People exchanged looks but said nothing, as though they had witnessed something delicate. A performance that stretched past professionalism into instinctive emotional terrain. Technical staff, normally indifferent to on-camera intimacy, found themselves momentarily stunned. Once the footage leaked, however, the internet did what the internet always does. It rewrote the narrative. Fans began questioning everything: the director's intention, the actor's relationship, the authenticity of the scene. Some celebrated the duo for delivering what they called the most convincing romantic tension of the decade. Others raised ethical questions. Should actors go that deep? Was this purely art? Where is the line between acting and reality? Hashtags erupted like aftershocks. Fan accounts tripled in followers overnight. Edits appeared comparing Emre and Aybüke to legendary on-screen couples. Wars between fandoms ignited under comment sections. The situation was no longer a leak. It had become a cultural event. Naturally, journalists leaped into action. At a public function days later, Aybüke Yılmaz found herself surrounded by microphones. When a reporter boldly asked whether emotionally charged scenes affect her personally, Aybüke responded with remarkable composure. Her voice was steady, her expression controlled, and her message unmistakably firm. Our duty as actors is to communicate every emotional layer with honesty, whether it is love, heartbreak, or passion. We portray what the story demands, not what people assume. Her statement rippled across platforms. Pages from Latin America, a region enamored with Turkish series, translated and amplified her message. Fans praised her professionalism and analytical tone. Others insisted that her clarity only deepened the mystery. Yet the phrase that took the internet hostage was simple. We must portray love and passion accurately. Within hours, it became one of the top trending quotes worldwide. But the spotlight eventually shifted to Emre Özmen, whose reaction was dramatically different. When reporters asked whether the scene was difficult to film, he laughed nervously, rubbed the back of his neck, and blurted out, "We shot it 2 or 3 times. It wasn't easy, but the final version turned out great." That single line became meme material across the world. Fans swooned, joked, speculated, exaggerated. 2 or 3 times became a mantra, a punchline, a running joke for fandom communities. The charm in his shy demeanor only fueled more conspiracy theories. Despite the chaos, individuals from inside the production attempted to set the record straight. They insisted that what viewers saw was not a slip of personal emotion but an example of rigorous professionalism. They emphasized that before the scene was filmed, both actors held discussions with the director to calibrate tone, pacing, and emotional consistency. One crew member described the atmosphere as so quiet that you could hear the shift of clothing fabric. According to them, both actors were intensely focused, deeply immersed in the emotional architecture of the scene, yet able to return to their usual friendly professionalism the second the camera stopped rolling. And yet, no matter how many clarifications emerged, fans remained defiantly invested in their interpretations. Some argued that the realism stemmed from talent. Others claimed it came from personal chemistry. Fan wars escalated, theories multiplied, and even international blogs stepped in to analyze the footage frame by frame. The mania grew so intense that insiders now claim the writers have slightly adjusted upcoming scripts to capitalize on the global attention. Rumors suggest more emotionally charged scenes in future episodes, perhaps even a heartbreak reconciliation arc designed to push the pair's dynamic into deeper waters. Producers understand something fundamental. Momentum of this scale is a gift, and audiences will return in droves to see where this storyline leads. Before we wrap up, this is your reminder from News Around. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and hit that join button if you want to support our channel and help us continue bringing you the rawest, most unfiltered stories from behind the scenes of the entertainment world. The leaked footage has rewritten the trajectory of Kuma's impact, transforming the show into an international phenomenon. Whether this moment becomes a celebrated turning point or a cautionary tale for productions everywhere remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, Emre Özmen and Aybüke Yılmaz have delivered a performance that will be talked about for years, both on screen and off. So now we ask you, do you believe the intensity came purely from acting? Or was there something more beneath the surface? Tell us in the comments below and stay tuned for the next deep dive only on News Around.